Now, I have been rewatching Futurama lately, and I've been watching it on my physical media as well as on Disney Plus there. It's just for convenience so I can watch it when I'm on the go. Because I'm trying to just get through it. I've seen them all before. I don't think you've seen them all before.
I don't know. I've just only seen them once if I have seen them, so I don't remember every episode.
Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at the stuff on Wikipedia, but I've also looked at the episode listings on Disney Plus.
Right, there's a big
discrepancy. And they're different, and I don't know which one to believe, and... Anyway.
It doesn't matter. As long as they're all there, that's all that matters, how they're labeling them.
Okay, so according to... We'll go with the Disney Plus one because... Why not? Because it's season 11, the new stuff. So Disney Plus has this categorized as season 7. Okay? Season 7 and 8. As I finished these two right here.
Oh, those
which
two.
On Wikipedia is just season 6. So it starts off, we get the rebirth episode when they bring it back. And they have to bring them all back to life.
Again.
That one was alright. It had some... I mean, they all have good laughs in them. But then we get Indigada de Leela. Now that one had some funny laughs in it there. That's where Zap and Leela get stranded and Earth is going to be destroyed by the Vagini, which is pretty funny. It's really funny. I like that episode. Then next we get Attack of the Killer App. That's the iPhone episode. Man, that was ahead of its time, definitely. I mean, it was from 2010.
Our phones haven't killed us yet.
No, but people are still lining up for them.
They are, but they haven't killed us yet, so...
That's a classic episode. And they're still referencing that. Even in the first episode of this new season, they got their iPhones out, which are in their eyes.
Yeah.
Proposition Infinity. That's the robosexual one. Where Amy breaks up with Kif and then starts dating Bender, because she has to date everyone. And we find, and Farnsworth is against it. I have seen this
season. I have seen this season. What you're saying, sounding
that one was all right.
I recognize
the Da Vinci Code. I didn't really care for that one.
I don't really like the Da Vinci Code movies, though.
Well, they're making fun of the Da Vinci Code movie and the sequel Angels and Demons, but this one was just too. I didn't care for. I mean, every episode has good laughs in it, including this one. They all have good laughs in it. Lethal Inspection. That one was not only funny, but it pulls at your heartstrings, especially at the end, because it's about Bender going back to where he was made at the Mexican robot mom's friendly robot company, but it's in Mexico. La Madre.
So you should be speaking.
Anyway, that one definitely he does. That's why his name is Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Well, he doesn't
he's
have
Mexican.
An accent.
No, but sometimes he does.
It would be funnier.
The late Philip J. Fry. That's the time travel episode with the time machine based off of Orson Welles' Time Machine, but it can only go forward.
Right.
You remember that one?
What you're saying, I do remember. Like when you're saying it, I kind of recall. But I mean, it's been years since I watched them, and I only did watch them once because all these things are sounding familiar to me.
This one is a really good science fiction episode. Also tugs at the heartstrings too, because this show does that a lot. That darn cats, because the cats are taking over. That one was.
Oh, I think I remember that.
That one's. I like that one. I do like that one. A Clockwork Origin. Oh, that has to do with evolution versus creationism.
Oh, really?
And they do it in quite a funny way with the robots.
Clockwork Orange? Okay.
Clockwork Origin.
Okay.
Then we get probably one of the favorite ones from this season is The Prisoner of Benda. And that has to do with, that's the mind swapping one where they all switch minds because Bender wants to rip off this European Archduke prince. And he wants to steal his crown and everything, but there's a whole bunch of different stories going on. So Bender with his caper, Amy wants to eat all the time because she doesn't want to do it in her body.
Right,
and Professor Farnsworth wants to put some meat on his bones, but also he wants to live, he wants to be reckless and live like a young person and just almost kill himself all the time because he's really old. Fry and Leela are fighting with each other. They're having a lover's quarrel.
I do remember what you're talking about.
Anyway, but there's all these small story arcs in this episode, but the best one is with Scruffy the janitor.
Who does Scruffy become?
And it's not. No, he doesn't become anyone. But Scruffy is there, and it's him and Wash Bucket. And that's the funniest story. It's very short, but it's very funny. Okay? And, yeah, I remember that one because the art is like, it is I, your roommate, Bond. Okay. Lur reconcilable indifferences. So that's Lur and his wife, Inda, fighting. That's about them. That one has some good laughs in it. The mutants are revolting. That's where we first see Leela's grandmother.
Oh.
And then the mutants get allowed back up onto the surface.
I do remember that.
And so now they're still out on surfaces.
Yes.
Then we get the Futurama holiday special. And that's the one with different holiday segments. There's like there's a Kwanzaa bot one. There's an Xmas one. I don't really care for their holiday ones that much. I don't find them as funny, but that's just me.
Do they do Halloween ones like The Simpsons?
Okay. Then we get part 2 of season 6, but according to Disney Plus, it's season 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Silence of the Clamps. That one's all about Francis Clamps because he joins the Planet Express crew. That one's really good. Mobius Dick. So that's a Moby Dick ripoff, and it's a really weird like space whale thing, and also it's ripping on Pirates of the Caribbean as well as Moby Dick. So it's fun. Law and Oracle. That one's it has this Minority Report thing, but Fry becomes a cop because he wants respect.
Okay, yeah.
And he just wants to beat everyone their rights. Because the cops are hilarious in this. Like the robot cop and his partner. Yeah. Anyway, that one has some good laughs in it, but then it turns into a Minority Report kind of nonsense thing.
I did see that one with you.
Benderama. That's where there's millions of benders because he keeps creating new ones out of himself by adding matter. The Tip of the Zoidberg. Yeah, that's a Zoidberg episode, and it's all about his and the professor's past and why the professor keeps Zoidberg around even though he's completely useless. And I think that's the one where they like sand crabs out of the building and everything. It's really funny.
He can cut things.
Ghost in the Machines. Yeah, Bender dies and then he haunts Fry so he can get back to life because he makes a deal with the robot devil.
Oh yeah, so the
it's pretty funny. That one's pretty good.
I remember that.
Newtopia. That one's absolutely hilarious. And some of these, like not just Newtopia, but Silence of the Clamps, Benderama. What was the other one? The Prisoner of Bender. A lot of these hold up to the old ones, dude. These are hilarious. Now, Newtopia is where there's eight males and 8 females. Some of them are robots.
Right.
Okay, but they're male bots and fembots.
Okay.
And they get stuck on this planet and they encounter this. It's a Star Trek ripoff. And they encounter this alien who they have to compete to see which gender is better.
Okay.
And then the alien doesn't like it, so he takes away their genders and they're gender neutral.
Oh.
They don't like that. And then they want their genders back and they get swapped. That is so funny.
Okay.
Really good, okay?
I don't remember that one.
That one, I laughed so much at that one. And I've seen it many times and I still laugh at that. What do we get? Yo, Leela. That's when Leela made her own cartoon show. And, but she was actually ripping it off.
Oh, yes. I watched that one.
Yeah, that was a Leela episode. It wasn't that great.
It wasn't the greatest.
Fry and the Eggman. That's when they end up going to the farmer's market because they have to eat fresh local food. Great. Which is mostly just more expensive and covered in bugs and dirt. And Fry ends up looking after an egg that hatches into a bone vampire lizard. And they go to this Scottish place, and that one's pretty funny as well. I like that one. All the President's Heads. I think you watched that one with me.
Yeah, I watched that one with you.
The Farnsworth, and at one point they're all British, and they got British accents.
Yeah, because they changed time. It's also time traveling.
It's not Futurama, it's like British-orama. I can't remember what it was called, but
they changed the past.
There's flying double-decker buses.
It's very kind of irritating.
Lots of British references, which is fun.
Poking at them, really.
Well, yeah, and they're all doing their British Oh, let's go play a game of quads. Whatever that is. It's like, and then he's like, oh, 3 cheers on the knickers. I'm like, what is he saying? It makes no sense. I like that one. Always fun to rip on the British. Cold Warriors. What is that one? That's where, hold on, go to the 24th episode. Oh, the common cold one. That's a Fry episode. They all get the common cold, and they all get quarantined.
And he doesn't, because he's had it before.
No, he's the one who gives it to them.
Right.
Because he's from the past.
Exactly, yeah.
But it was eliminated. That one's pretty good, because Bender gets out, and the first thing he does, he's covered in snow. What does he do? Shake everyone's hand. You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. Overclockwise is when, what's his name? The clone there. What's Farnsworth's clone's name there?
I don't know.
Hubert. Yeah, we just saw him in this new episode.
Oh, the little guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he overclocks Bender, which Mom doesn't like. Because if people can figure out they can overclock their current electronics, they won't buy new ones, you know?
Right.
Sound familiar? See, this show, even though it's supposed to be in the 30th century, it's all commenting on present day stuff.
Yes.
So when they're doing the Attack of the Killer app and they're ripping on iPhones and how everyone just lines up like a zombie all over town, that's because that's happening now, you know?
I know. Yeah.
Anyway, so overclockwise, that one's pretty good, okay? And Bender becomes like this godlike being because he gets so many processors and overclocks everything. And then at the end we get reincarnation, where we get different forms of Futurama reincarnated. The first one is done in an old Disney like black and white Mickey Mouse like cartoon. Mickey Mouse, and it's really funny because Fry discovers a new color, but it's all in black and white.
You can't see it.
You can't see it.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then the second one is an 8-bit Futurama. So it's all done in 8-bit.
Oh, okay.
Like old Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the funniest because it's done in the style of a Japanese anime cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
And
so all the characters are done like, oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah,
I remember that. It's
pretty funny. I would definitely recommend that one. And Zoidberg has to do the Dance of Peace, which is like, what is this? Because there's these aliens that communicate via dancing and movement. They don't have mouths. Okay, so they don't have face holes as they say. They're like, why is this person moving their face hole so much? We don't understand. They don't have ears or mouths.
Okay.
But a lot of good stuff. In these two, and I recommend checking them out. Right. Anyone who says that the new stuff from Comedy Central or the movies didn't have good stuff compared to the first 4 seasons, I completely disagree with them. Great stuff in here, and I've still got 2 more volumes I'm gonna watch. I just started, so I'll update on the next on our next Futurama spoiler review that we're gonna do next week, because we still got, I think we got another like 4 episodes coming.
That's good. I just got all caught up. And then, I really liked the one about Nibbler's
the desert. Parasites Regained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a review on that, and they kept, every time they discover something new, they're like, gross, that's worse than the last one.
I know. And then Zoidberg joined in with the gross critters.
Anyone else? Oh, any final comments before we end this video on New Futurama?
Fun. I just watched a few of them, and
it's a great show, and I love that it's come back so many times because I enjoy it every time. Anyone else really enjoying it? Or maybe it's not your thing? Let us know down in the comments below. Do you have any favorite episodes? Maybe it's from the Comedy Central stuff. Maybe it's from this new Hulu, Disney Plus stuff. From the old Fox stuff. Or from the movies. Let us know what your thoughts on Futurama down in the comments below.